This is an idea that occurred to me when I was traveling all over the state and several thousand miles and experiencing the deterioration of Minnesota's highway system and the lack of capacity within the metropolitan area for the traffic congestion, which I think any of us who drive around have experienced. And then you look at the fact that MnDot in its 2008-2009 plan projected $65 billion of transportation infrastructure investments over the next 20 years, and only $15 billion of expected revenues under the current financing mechanisms, which leaves a $50 billion gap. So essentially, Minnesota has chosen by default and without really much public debate a path of declining transportation investments and therefore declining capacity and quality. And I think the people of this state need to know that that's the path we're on, and that unless we do something different, that's the path that we will continue to be on, and what the consequences of that will be. So my idea of this group is that bring people with the financial expertise, the transportation expertise, and the state government expertise. And I would like to ask the group, when they report, to really spell out for the people of Minnesota three scenarios, possibly more, but the three are: first, if we were to continue to spend on our transportation system just what's projected to be available through the previous means, $15 billion or whatever, what is our transportation system going to look like in 20 years? What will be the increase in congestion? What will be the increase in deterioration, assuming those will occur? Second is then, how much would it cost to basically maintain the present level of quality and capacity relative to needs around the state? And how would you finance that additional cost? And the third is, how much would it cost to rebuild a first-class transportation system for Minnesota?
This is a statewide approach. We're looking clearly, we have to, the Twin Cities plays a key role in this discussion, but we also have to consider the impacts on greater Minnesota, and so we're going to be reaching out in those areas as well. It's also a multimodal approach. Highways, bridges, our rail activities, our airports, all the modes, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, all these modal activities that we're involved with every day are going to be a part of this discussion.
I'm not interested in, nickel and dime modifications to our status quo, because our status quo is getting worse. I want to see what can we do in a really significant way that's going to change this, template from continued deterioration to improvement.